This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just want to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Baby, seems like everywhere I go, I see you. From your eyes, your smile is like I breathe you. Helplessly, I reminisce, don't want to compare nobody to you. Boy, I try to catch myself, but I'm out of control. Your sexiness is so appealing, I can't let it go. Now that I can't get over you, cause everything I see is you, and I don't want no substitute. Baby, I swear it's deja vu. Now that I can't get over you, cause everything I see is you, and I don't want no substitute. Baby, I swear it's deja vu. Hello, and welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Y'all are missing out because if you did not see this choreography that my guest had, I was like, let me just tell y'all. Okay? By the time y'all hear this, we will all be breaking our soul, okay?
And will
and did and does
and gonna, okay.
Tell you something. Beyonce is coming she's dropping us an album on Friday. I need to see a video, and I need to see my Brista, big motherfucking Frida in this damn video. Tired of y'all using her voice and her stuff, okay?
Why do I need Uncle Cliff in the video too? Like, I feel like Uncle Clifford needs to be in there too. Like, I just throw Uncle Clifford in there. Yeah.
Better yet, just film the video at the Pink.
Hello.
Film the video at the Pink.
Let Mercedes come down to do what she needs to do. Okay.
Slide up, down, and come on. Get Miss crook the letter I. First, we got to get her out of that relationship, and then we're gonna have to get on the screen.
Yeah, because
I'm like, girl, where's Iyanla? Because I need her to fix your life.
If I ever catch Derek in the street, it's gonna be a whole problem, okay?
I know that man probably like, I get death threats just going to the Walmart. Because we know what the fuck you did to Keyshawn. That's what the hell. You know, you raggedy bitch. But that's not why we're here. But y'all hear this voice. Hello. You hear my guest, one of my faves, my Tennessee. Y'all know who he is. We got Kendrick of the Wait a minute.
You always want to say the old one. You always want to say the old one. I know.
I feel like I was the only one that could say it.
You was.
Oh
absolutely.
My gosh. So you are reality and comics too. Mm-hmm. See, I'm like, I like my 3 stacks version. Yeah. But it's fine. It's because y'all just couldn't get it. It's fine. But reality comics too, super host, meme extraordinaire, a part of the Green Eye Bandit Society. I waved to him from the Dixon District.
Hello.
How are you this evening, sir?
You know what? I got me a good walk-in. I'm over here drinking this water. I got my roller Gucci Guilty on, smelling good. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to do some reunion talk. Okay,
because we need to. We need to. You know, we cried our little selves looking for an emotional support animal after that Black Panther 2 trailer, and it's just the teaser trailer, and I'm like.
Ooh, I almost don't want them to drop another one because I don't want.
When they said teaser, I'm like, this is long for a teaser.
Yeah,
and especially because I was like, last time, remember, like Black Panther when they dropped it at the Comic-Con, it didn't come out until the February after. This is coming out in November, and I'm like, couldn't have moved it to February 2020. No, No, because I mean, I'd have been fine with it because I'm like, I need more time to mentally and emotionally prepare. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a grieving lady. I can't be triggered. Okay. Because honestly, I'll be very, very, very honest with you. I have not watched Black Panther again since he passed. Or any of his movie, right? Or any of his other movies. And everybody keeps talking to me about the Black Western. I have never seen it. I'm like, I'm not ready. My soul not ready. I can't do it.
It's a lot. It's hard. Like every time I watch one of them, anytime he comes up, like every time I watch Endgame and he comes out of that portal first, it's like, a lot.
Please stop. I'm like, I can't do this with y'all. Okay, I just can't.
I can't. No.
But Kendrick is here to talk about Love and Marriage DC, the reunion, part 1. So now the lady who got the kids that she put the oil in and the bird that she allegedly said flew away, came back and then died. Ooh. Allegedly. Because we ain't see the bird. Ooh. I think the bird never came back and she just bought a new bird.
Now, see, that makes sense because we know what T'Challa looked like. Okay,
right? It was kind of like he came back, a carrier pigeon. Dogs run away and come home.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave you be because I could say some stuff, but I ain't gonna. So,
how about that?
We've gotten 10 episodes of Love and Marriage DC. What would be your season grade? I would say let's do letter grades instead of like 90, 80, but like a letter grade. What letter grade would you give?
Can I do pluses and minuses too?
You can.
Okay. I give it, I definitely enjoyed it. So I'll give it I'm gonna give it a B minus. That's not as bad as that sounds. It's not as bad as it sounds because it's like that leaves a lot of room for improvement. The only thing that needs to happen is that there was a lot of like, I feel, empty space in the episodes, but it's a season 1. Like the first half of the first season, Love and Marriage Huntsville, wasn't nearly what like a season 3 was.
No.
Entirely different.
Totally different.
Yes, and this cast has some potential, and like Winter, Ashley, they've got some people that are willing to like do the work. So it's some good stuff there. So I'm very optimistic. I think plus it's a Carlos King production. They'll get it together. Don't worry.
I think they will. So my grade would be a B. So it's like no, solid B. Yeah. Mostly because we got Ashley Silver on the screen.
Yes.
So, because for full disclosure, the guy who ran the Black Socialites page here in DC, Ashley has her own podcast, and she came on a couple of his lives, and I just kind of liked her. I'm like, I kind of liked her because she was very much like, I know Candace and Monique both. It's just like I hope they work it out. She wasn't really being judgmental or anything like that. Kind of just even keeled and somewhat fair.
I like that.
Yeah. So when they announced DC and it was Monique, I'm like, I have a feeling Ashley Silver was going to be put into the mix. I wasn't surprised when I saw. I'm like, yep. I kind of knew she would be. So it's kind of like I was checking for see like how Ashley would be because it's like I'm from Baltimore, so I know who DJ Quicksilver is. It's like a lot of people know who he is.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I've only seen like a couple of times, but it was like one, I didn't know he was so short. And I was like,
fun size.
He's fun size. I said, girl, what is going on here right now? So I was not. I don't know why I'm like I wasn't prepared for what I saw, but yeah, solid B for the season. And I was like, when they said it was gonna be 2 parts of an inaugural season on an own show, because the thing about it is I'm trying to think the first season of Huntsville had 2 parts, I think.
Yeah, because they ended up doing a split season, so they did like 10 episodes, then did like another 10. So yeah, so
this part A and part B thing be throwing me off. I'm like, what's this? Season 8 of Huntsville? Technically, it's only season 4. They're like, what? like,
my sister asked me literally like yesterday, I think it was. She was like, so Huntsville just stopped coming on. I was like, oh, well, you know how they do.
No, it's a mid-season finale.
Intermission.
And
yeah,
like,
intermission.
Why are we getting intermission? Oh, because y'all asses are fighting.
Yeah.
And so they need to cut it. So because you saw it in the mid-season trailer, and I was like,
can I just say,
oh,
what a way to promote a show. Like that couldn't have worked out for them better, because literally Melody sitting in the car going live talking to people, and out of the corner of her eye she's like, well, wait a minute, what is going on?
Oh yeah, my tail, stop it, my tail, you kids
disconnect anything.
And I'm like, oh, we're getting more pictures. I'm like, oh, we're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it's like, Wanda J. Blige is my problematic fae.
Oh, same.
Chaotic energy. I'd be like, I love you on the show,
because don't you feel like Wanda? Right.
Wanda.
I feel like I know.
I was like, I know Wanda. Like, girl, I'm just saying it like it is. Like,
yes.
Shut the hell up. But
the way you saying it like it is just ruined my marriage. But
it really is. It's like, okay, girl, but I got a question. Like, no more question. Okay,
right?
No more questions. You don't get no questions. So with these Love and Marriage DC, I was like, Huntsville had 3 couples. Love and Marriage DC had 3 couples. Huntsville DC 3 couples. So 3 couples were, of course, Monique and Chris. Chris looks better in this promo picture than he does the majority of the season, but that's neither here nor there. You have Arena and Jamie Tyler, and then Ashley and Quick Silva. And I'm like, we can at least use this man's name. Like, I don't know. It's like, hey, Quick, that is not the name he was born with.
Right.
But that's fine. We're just going to call him Quick.
Like, it's all right. Then I'll go with it. Okay.
So about halfway through the first season, I said, now I got to sign them roles of who is the Marceau and this. And so this is where I shook out.
Okay.
Because
agree.
Kimmy is my favorite on Huntsville.
Love Kimmy.
Ashley is my favorite on DC. The Kimmy on Maurice is Quick and Ashley.
Okay.
And you know what? The Martell and Melody is Arena. Oh. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. Yeah. No. It's hard with I'm sorry. The Marceau and Letitia are Arena.
Yes.
And Jamie.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that leaves the Martell and Melody to Monique and Chris. But I think more of the messiness of a Melody and the seemingly innocent messiness of Monique, that's where that tracks, because I kind of like Quick more than I like Maurice.
Listen.
But if I had to put them into pegs, I'm like, that's how it's shaped up in my head. But is that the same for you, or is it a little bit different?
That's exactly the same, but I feel like Monique and Chris are a lot more like Melody and Martell than you think, because I think if it keeps going down this road by season 3, I don't know what they're gonna be giving. Because I think because remember, like with how Huntsville started, it started because Martell was cheating on Melody, and then here comes DC. Monique's like, we are barely speaking. Right.
What?
Right.
But ma'am, you said to Giselle,
everything was perfect.
You said Giselle was jealous because she ain't got no man. Because she's jealous of your life. Hello? Candace is jealous of your life.
Hello.
Robin is jealous of your life.
Hello.
Maybe a little bit of Ashley, because she young and she ain't had no baby. She jealous of your life. Everybody jealous except for Kern.
You're right.
Ma'am, I don't think you're saying that too much anymore.
Nah.
It's like
I think they're good.
I think we're like I feel like they very much like, girl, I'd rather be single by the way that you complain. And
the way that Ashley Darby is looking on Instagram now, I think she is okay without a man. Hello.
It's like, remember, it's like Honey, the Honey video with Mariah Carey. It's like, girl, the fuck you close. We're from vision to love to vision of areolas. Hey, girl, what's going on? I said, Ashley ain't gonna wear no clothes no more. She ain't gonna watch, you know what? And I'm like, that's fair.
Right.
Like, I had 2 babies. Don't matter. Somebody gonna want to fuck me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they are, Ashley. You're a pretty girl.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I get
all
it.
good.
And Monique constantly saying that other show. I'm like, quit. I got a question. Why are you talking about this show as if you got fired when you actually quit?
Right.
It was like kind of shady and seemed like you're a disgruntled employee, but ma'am, you quit.
Right.
Ain't fire you because, and remember, we've had this discussion. I was like, they were never going to fire Monique, and sidebar, they didn't need to. I'm like,
right.
For what? There's no reason to do it.
Terrible. She was terrible on that season, but there wasn't a fireable offense. Like everybody
and Candace could have worked this out, but it would take work on both ends. And Monique was riding the whole, y'all see what she did. I'm like, do y'all see what happened? Because are we all looking at the same show? Because I feel like we're not.
Hello.
Like, so we get Love and Marriage. We're here at the reunion. So mind you, I said 3 couples and a breakout star. It was shady and icy and cold because Miss Winter Williams, no relation, was here giving the girls fever.
Yes, props and all.
Child, I was sitting here like, why the hell? First of all, she got a song about her divorce and signing papers. I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? She stuck out. So for me, the gladiators of this season was not the person that you thought was going to be the biggest draw, because Carlos banked on Monique being the draw, and it's like, she's not going to give you what you think she's going to give you.
But because can I make a little confession? I watched in spite of her. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I was going to say, I watched for Ashley, okay?
Right.
Team Silver.
I watched because this was 1, a Carlos production. True. 2, a spinoff of one of my absolute favorite reality shows.
True.
And 3, the rest of the cast was gonna give. So I was like, I didn't
certainly did.
Monique always been nice to me on Instagram, but I don't have anything bad to just like sit up and dog her out. But she was.
You were not the reason. It's like some people like, because it's really funny about Monique fans or stans. They're like, she is the queen. This is that. Why y'all not buying her O's? Why y'all not listening to her podcast? Why you not going to her live show? Why is she only selling 20 tickets of a place that holds 150? Why y'all not coming? And then all of a sudden you see them going, ooh, I don't like this, Monique. It's the same.
Right.
That was on Potomac. And I said, the reason why a lot of people are like, oh my God, does she like this all the time? Is because she can no longer hide behind the green-eyed bandits.
Hello.
She can't hide behind Candace. Hell, she can't even hide behind Ashley.
It's like, that?
Yeah, honey, this is the same person. Because that thing she did with Winter is what she did with Candace, with Ashley. When she showed Ashley, this is what Candace said about you.
Yep.
Aren't you Candace's friend? Why would you tell her that? And then like, you pulled the same thing. I'm like, so y'all thought that, and on Potomac, 3 people peeped Monique very quickly. Giselle, Robin, and Charisse. All 3 of them were like,
yep.
I don't know, girl. And then so you see the way, and also you see the way she treated Candace. You see the way she treated Gigi. I'm not surprised about how she's treating Winter.
Right.
Because all of a sudden it's like, we've been friends 15, 16 years to, I don't know why she think we friends like that, just because we've known each other 15, 16 years. Wait a minute. She paid in this picture. Monique, you had the brush.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute.
To be the glue
you
for
were the one who said that. That wasn't her. She wasn't the one painting the picture. You painted that picture. Hello? You were the one who kept saying it. And then she just reiterated, like, I've known Monique for a while. She said she was your best friend. She said she's just known you a very long time. You are the one who upplayed your friendship, and now you're downplaying it.
Right.
Because Winter is messy, messy boots. She is chaotic energy. She is the spice to y'all season. And that's hilarious to me.
Because let's be very clear, she will be just like Destiny. She will be in those open credits next time you see her.
And it took Destiny, what, like 3.5 seasons. Well, you know, they do half.
Right, child. I'm about to say no damn
like how many seasons? 1, I think, because you know they do half and half and thirds. This is the first third of the season. Girl, Carlos, you are wearing me thin, sir.
Like, can you please
help us? Okay,
what is happening?
So we come to reunion. Let's first talk fashion, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
Tick Tick Boom, shout out to Erica De Niro. She never disappoints at a reunion, ever. I don't think I've ever seen a time where Monique Samuels don't turn it the entire fuck out at a reunion, because she looked stunning. Talking about, I just did my hair this morning, I gotta finish it. What's wrong with it?
Right.
It looks fine to me because she wrapped it up, girl. I said, okay. I'm like, come on out here. I wonder if this was a Raleigh Knox dress. I'm not concerned if it is or not. But she looks absolutely stunning. I can't even I'm like, 10 across the board. Okay.
Yes.
She looked gorgeous. Chris looked happy to be here. It looked like at least his tux fit, because for some odd reason, this man who's very good at managing money cannot manage to get to a tailor.
Yeah, it's a struggle every time.
He looks good. The black on black. I'm not even gonna say like he don't look good, because even in the promo picture with the all white, he looks great. So it's let
me say this though. No matter how good he would have came at this reunion, he wasn't gonna top Carlos King. Carlos King was dressed at that reunion.
I was like, Carlos, is this it is your reunion,
right?
I was about to say, how you gonna outdress everybody? Because this my show, bitch. I'm surprised he ain't walking there with his crown on. He should have.
He know Jamie and Martell been battling online to see who the best dressed man. He's like, let me show y'all how to dress. Like,
oh, sweet Christmas. It's like, sir, what? So we got that. The Samuels, okay. The Silvers. We got Ashley in this green, the money green, and I kind of liked it on her. It was a very much a sit down dress, but I liked watching it because I was like, okay, come on, Thigh Meats, come on, Ashley.
See, this is when I don't mind feathers so much, because it was
very understated. Yeah, it was like, oh, okay.
Them housewives, they'll kill a whole damn bird.
They would have probably a housewife would have probably had maybe a fascinator and some gloves, and I'd be like,
right, too much, and that's why she going to jail. You know what? Let me move on. Okay, I moved on.
It's expensive to be her.
Oof.
Okay. And so quick, I need you to know that we are not recording a morning show so we can see you. I am like, now quick, I don't know why you wearing a clashing shade of green. He don't look bad. It's just, girl, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm like, I would love to see him. I want to see him in like a bright color or something. Even if they walked in the red, it was like, it's not even the same green. You could have wore like a complementary color.
Something like it's just very, and I hate. Oh, you can tell that he just really wanted to show off that belt. Like he really wanted to show off that YC.
He's like, do you know how much this belt? Do you know how much this belt costs? Silver very much like you see it around my neck, right? You see it on the belt. It's like I'm staring at Ashley because she is fucking stunning.
Right.
Okay. And last but certainly not least, Uncle Jamie and Auntie Snatched Waist.
That's a well-dressed couple right there. Okay.
Arena turned it the clean fuck out. Yes. And sometimes, depending on the camera angle, it looked like her wig was sitting on top of her head. However, on other scenes, it's like, oh, she looked good. The shortcut works for her because you just in her whole scene. I mean, even her promo pictures, like the bob that was right here. Yeah. But this is a little bit shorter, a little bit lighter brown. Yeah, I was like, okay, I kind of like this, but some of the scenes are like, why look like her wig look weird. Ooh. But she was stunning. This color is gorgeous on her. And as much as Uncle Jamie give me black uncle vibes, I like that it seemed like the only man on here that tried to dress was Jamie.
Yes. And you can tell if you look really closely, it has like hints of a little yellow in there too. So he's complimenting her. Yeah.
Yes. And he
tens.
He wearing pants, but I know the pants a little bit short, and you can see that he ain't got no socks on. I kind of like it though.
Yeah,
it's like gone are the days where it's like you got to have the old man, cuffs in your pants. It's like, no, that's fine.
What's it called? KJs or whatever.
Yes, K and J.
Yes, we don't have to get them
like gone are the days.
Right.
You gotta have this. Like, no, I think Jamie looked really cute. I thought like the best dressed couple are it's the Taylors. Is it Taylor? Wait, Taylor's or Tyler's?
Child, let me see.
I'm like,
I get some shit wrong too.
Right. I'm like, wait, is it the Taylors or the Tyler's?
I think it's Tyler's.
I was like, girl, I'm like, this is bad. And I'm like, wait.
Right.
It's like, that is so bad. It was like, what is her last name?
Yep, Raina and Jamie Tyler. Yep,
Tyler, okay. Because I was like, am I saying that like, am I saying anything wrong? It probably is. So yes, beautiful. And then there's Winter.
Yep, there's Winter.
In the finale, with her hair, I really liked it. So this red dress, it's red.
It is indeed. It's red.
It's not. You ever just go, it's too much dress. That's all I'm thinking. It's too much dress.
Yep.
And Winter is stunning. So I'm like, well, you're not an ugly lady, so I feel like you can let this happen. Okay, girl. It's yeah. Just
what did Candace call it? Pretty girl syndrome. I think that might be what it is this time.
And it's like literally like 65% of this cast. Because I mean, to some extent, Ashley Silver gets it too, pretty girl syndrome, but it's in a weird. I worked my ass to get to pretty weird, if that makes sense.
Right. So
it's like, so it's the couples and Winter. I think she was wearing gloves. Girl, what? Again, somebody with gloves. Because it's kind of like it's like, Coco Chanel. Before you leave the house, take something off. Take those gloves off, ma'am.
Yeah.
You are not going to the cotillion. This is not the debutante ball.
You are not about to throw fish at the fish market. No.
Please, no, girl. What the hell? But the hair is cute. Cute. Everybody's hair look good. Nobody had bad hair. I'm like,
right.
I feel like Carlos would be like, let me see your outfit. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do something with the hair.
Right.
I feel like this is going to happen. He'd be like,
can't
we're
be
not
bad.
doing it. It can't be
right.
bad.
One or the other. Both or one. Give me one.
Yeah. Right. So let's dive in. Let's unpack a few things. So the first thing, Monique versus the editors.
This is the second show she's been on where she's doing it, right?
Thank you. So when I saw that clip when it started, I said, if Monique don't like the way she going to do, she going to say it's the editing and that's what's going to happen. And sure enough, that's exactly what she said. And it was like, Monique, she used it. They took out some of my context. And I'm sitting here like, I feel like they put a lot of you in here because you are the draw. But Monique versus the editors is very weird because the thing about it is, I feel like they highlighted a lot of the things that you had a problem with Chris about. So I feel like it wasn't like really taking out context, but I think she's likening it to the relationships with the ladies and what happened with Winter. Because Monique, you said you and I will give her this. You did say when she was calling them DJ Fun Size and Red Light Special, she said in her confessional, she said to her, they gonna be mad when they find out what she said. Time out, Tika. How would they find out unless you told them? Because she only said it to you. So if you don't really know her like that, why would she feel so comfortable to vent to you?
Right.
And she's like, well, I'm gonna have to talk. So to her credit, she did say, I'm gonna have to talk to them about this. She didn't say, I'm gonna tell her what you said about their husband. That's not what she said. And that's two different things. Talking about the situation is not the same as, so Winter called your husband DJ Fun Size. I don't know any woman who's going to be very fun. I'll be like, did you give my husband a nickname? Bitch, I will fight you. And Ashley looked like she would fight you. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
She looked like she'll fight. So then it came down to how the viewers saw her and they were giving Chris Samuels a whole bunch of grace. I'm like, this is the same dude that was on Potomac. I just want to let y'all know.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw him a little bit less. And
Right.
I thought her, I don't want to say speech, but her speech on being able to be vocal about how, you know, what she needs out of her husband. I will give her, when she said, my tone could have been better, I said, y'all know that's as close as we're going to get to accountability with Monique.
The only,
and it was like,
bit of
she said, my tone could have been better. It's like, y'all better enjoy all of this, because that's as far as y'all gonna get.
See, my issue is, I understand everything that she said, because kudos, I get it, same sentiment. Everyone should be allowed to say in their marriage what they need, what they want, what they're not getting, all of that. The problem is, I don't think the speech was applicable to what any of the fans were saying, because we weren't saying that you shouldn't be saying any of this to Chris. I think, at least the way we were looking at it, it seemed like
literally nobody said
nobody. It seemed like Chris was almost, by the end of the season, in a no-win situation. Like, no matter what, it was almost like, we're gonna blame him, he's gonna be the bad guy. But it's like, well, we see we've seen you on two shows.
We see each other.
So, yeah.
So for anybody, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna play the clip, because I feel like and this is from the reunion.
Boom.
And I was like, this is interesting coming from you.
Yeah.
But yeah, why don't I go ahead and play this clip?
People to be so critical of a Black woman who can actually voice what she believes and what she needs from her man. And people will sit there and tear us down. Oh, she shouldn't talk to him like that. The Black man is so protected in those spaces. But then the only time that a Black woman or Black man will acknowledge a Black woman is when she's crying, when she's in her weakest moment. But when she's being strong and she's saying, hey, this is what I need, now we're being combative. Now we're being aggressive. Now we're being disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. My delivery could have been better. It is so easy for people.
Let me stop sharing. So that little clip is a few seconds, because we started, of course, because she's the draw. Well, they are the draw. Of course, we're going to start with them. So I find this speech, right message, wrong messenger. Because, ma'am, you had no problem jumping on that bandwagon, making fun of Candace for crying.
Hello.
You really had a problem that Candace was better at using her words, and said you talk too much. But now it becomes all Black women when it's you. How very interesting, because you're talking about the Black man is protected. However, you are using that same kind of sentiment against the Green Eye Bandit when it came to Big Boy, and how you shouldn't be calling him that. Or when we had the colorism discussion, you ain't want to have the discussion with Wendy. You were like, this is ridiculous. But now you're going to talk about a Black woman and a Black man is so protected in this space. I'm like, you're not wrong.
Right.
It's just,
we need to hear from somebody else.
So it's funny, not funny, haha, funny, weird coming from you.
Funny, haha,
like,
laugh.
It's like, yeah, I'm not laughing. I was like, girl, wait a minute, who said that? Because I swear you were like in her weakest moment, that's the only way you recognize it. I'm like, the thing about it is, she's not wrong about that. That's the thing. It's like, right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah.
I'm like, especially coming off of this, because people are just looking at her like, now wait a minute, now hold on, glasses.
Right.
It's like, girl, listen here, bun. Listen here, updo. What are you talking about?
Come on, leg split. Leg split.
That is the show title. Leg split. Legs and hips and body. I said, girl. It's like, y'all, this is, and then we came like, girl, this song is old. Is it? Like, oh, you just be just putting stuff all out and we ain't even paying
Right.
attention. Well, put it on the TikTok and we'll remember.
You're right. That's
So,
Gen Z.
but so this is why I give Chris flowers, because a lot of people don't go, and we've seen it because we watched a lot of reality TV. A lot of people don't go like, yeah, so I get on the show, I'm like, this is who I am. They're like, y'all are just reading me wrong. Chris went in there and looked like, oh my God, is this what she's been saying for the last 10 years? I applaud him. I'm actually using that to make himself better. But it's very interesting where he was like, this ain't happening on season 2, sir. You've had 10 years of like shit that you have given to Monique. One season of a show ain't going to stop it, but I think it's very advantageous.
Right.
So I did say this and I was like, and this is all alleged because I don't know and I don't care. But the way that he's very much like, and she got so much and I had to fix it. I'm like, you're talking like a man that don't got a prenup. Oh, it's like, oh, you think if she leaves, she's going to take you to the cleaners? I would.
Hello.
Big boy will be back at home with Big Mobile.
Hello. Didn't I get that heifer straight? Yeah.
I know, because you be back with that, but your mama. So then she be calling you a brokey. I don't know. Her mama probably be like that rag. She be calling her a raggedy. Forget a raggedy heifer. It'd be another level. That raggedy bitch.
Right.
That's the mother of your grandchildren. I'm gonna need you to walk it back, girl.
Ooh.
Walk it back. But she don't care.
Right.
So again, Monique is very much like, some of my context was missing. You're banking on this, that you're the most interesting person on this show. You're not. Right. It's Ashley and Winter. Neck and neck. So let's move on to our next couple, because we got a little bit of the Silvers. So Ashley and Quick got married. I'm like, I need to find his real name because like Quick is not his first name. They got married when Ashley was 21. And so she has expressed all throughout the season and in this reunion that she basically had to raise Quick. And he kind of accepts this. And I think the reason is because he wouldn't have be able to become DJ Quicksilver if she didn't kind of give something up.
Right.
And so it's kind of like, I understand the sentiment, but Ashley, you ain't raising no grown ass man.
David Marvin Blake.
Thank you. So Ashley and David.
Yes.
I'm like, that is not his damn name. So the thing, and it's so funny because I don't even think Ashley has used his real name on the show. I don't think she ever said it.
Everybody says Quick.
Everybody just calls him Quick. I'm like, y'all act like this is y'all family. It's your nickname. What's your cousin's? I had an aunt named Bubbles. I didn't know her real first name until she passed. I was like,
see,
I never knew her name, but this is like a family thing.
Listen, everybody, we all know a Black. People telling me, you go around, look, where Black at? Who? Which one?
Who's Black?
Black. You know Black.
You know Black.
Black.
Usually, my grandmother is called Sister when we go home down to the country. Like, where's Sister? I'm like, wait, why they call her Sister? I was like, I don't know. That's her nickname, Sister.
Down south, people do the thing where they call everybody mother. It's like, come here, mother, and I'll be like, wait,
mother.
Mine? Who'd you talking about?
Sister. And I'm like, I don't think I ever saw a brother around there, but she was always called Sister. I'm like, was her brother named Brother? Like, no, they call him George. I'm like, wait, what? Why they call her this? I'm like, girl, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
So the Silvers, I quit telling this story about, I thought they knew who I was because I'm Mocha Fest and I DJ. I don't think people really physically know who you look like, DJ Silver.
Right. We all know the name.
We know the name, but I don't think people like. So when he told the story, like, you're Ashley's husband, part of me is like, oh, that's kind of cute. But I think it also teetered on two different ways. You can look at it like, oh, this is a very endearing story, or you think this is a joke. She got her 15 minutes and everything's going to go back to copacetic once the show is off because I'm DJ Quicksilver.
Right.
I didn't see it the second way at first, but I can kind of understand why people see it that way.
It seems like the way, it's that thing where, a lot of times when they like, I think Monique and Chris talked about this on Potomac, and where it was like people started to call me, oh, that's Ashley's wife. But it's one of those things where it makes sense in those situations. I'm willing to give grace in those situations because both like him, football player in the area, DJ Quick does a lot of events in the area. So like we don't know you in Memphis by face, but we know the name. But now we know both of y'all by face, and your wife being the obviously the woman in the relationship. Reality TV, we're more so gravitated towards her because she's giving us the looks, she's giving us the personality, she's giving us everything we want. So
I
mean,
so it's like I would have been like, oh my god, because I'd be like, where Ashley?
Right.
You'd be like, what? I'm like, where's she at? What are you doing here without Ashley?
Right.
Where's my girl? Because Ashley just seemed cool. So it's kind of like it feels in a little bit of the middle of both. But I like the fact that he doesn't like when she's like, this is how I felt. And when they were honest enough saying, I don't know if I would get married at that age. I'm like, no, I can understand it. It's like, you like your life now and it's comfortable, but you're like, would I start at that age? Is like, probably not. It didn't sound like she like, even though it's like Monique was like, hey, he liked his life before we got married. And it's like, would you marry again? I'd probably just shack up with him. What is going on here? Wait. What? It's like, wait a minute, you're doing all that? It's like, girl, no, we can shack up for like 75 years. Okay, girl, come on, common law.
All right.
It's 7 years in Maryland. Go ahead, girl.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
But girl, death and taxes, get the piece of paper. Okay. Common law is not recognized in every state, y'all. Just
sure like.
I don't think it's really. Yeah, Maryland is that tricky state, I think. But anyway, I'm not a lawyer, so don't ask me, y'all.
You're right. I get you messed up.
I liked that one. Ashley didn't back down with. I shrunk a lot of myself for David to become DJ Quicksilver. I don't think that's. I'm sorry. You should have told me this man's name.
I know.
Now it's like, and David, he'd be like. David Silver. Whoa, wait.
Right. Back it up.
I would be like that. So there's a level of respect that I respect when it comes to the Silvers. So them being that honest, because one, it's like you are on a show and you're being kind of honest. It's like a lot of people kind of know those Samuels. So a lot of people didn't want to peel those layers. The Silvers, it was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm like, let me see. Let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're talking about. And then the Tylers. Woo. Sidebar. Jamie Tyler knows how to use the search function on Twitter.
Oh, did he find you?
He found me.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad it wasn't as shady. I'm glad I kind of edited and didn't put as shady a tweet that I wanted to. Because he probably would have blocked me because I'd be like, listen here. Listen here, Mr. Magoo. I'm kidding. Jamie's an attractive man. Jamie's an attractive man, so I wouldn't even do that. He knows how to use the search feature. Because he searches his name, he also searches the hashtag. So we're watching Jamie not be good at words. And so it sounds like season 2, he's going to be better with his words. Because on this in their portion of the talking about their marriage, he said that I made her. Which was very triggering for a lot of people. They're like, what you mean made her?
Right.
Because he looked like, I got her out of debt. I made her. I'm like, that's not going to rub off well. Because I think they've done a couple of lives and Jamie's like, that's not. And Arena, it seems like she just kind of lets him talk. And it's like, she don't seem like the type. She doing it on this show. She seems very old school. You can say what you want on this show, but when we get home, I'm gonna cuss your ass out because Arena looks like she cusses his ass out.
Oh yeah, she do a good cussing. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So when they were arguing like outside the I think it was the rental home, and she wasn't really. They're like it was the way like you were talking to her because even Silver pointed it out, and I think it's because Irena she knows that there were cameras right there. I'm like, I think she was aware that this could get out because we're filming a show and I don't want to disrespect my husband. I can understand that, but girl, I'd cuss his ass clean out. Fuck these motherfucking cameras. Who the hell are you talking to?
Hello.
See,
that's that first season versus fourth season kind of thing. Yeah. She gonna get over that real fast.
Very much. She gonna be standing up over him and like pointing in his face, and Jamie gonna be like, okay.
The thing that threw me off about this whole interaction was after he said, I made her, Carlos, he caught it real fast. And he asked her, and he said, so do you think he made you? And she was like, yeah, I do. I agree with that. And I was like, okay, where we going with this? Because I need a direction real fast. Like I need to know
that. And that was the part that got me, because I was like, see, and I don't know who was on the camera on this reunion, but the fact that every time Monique said something kind of like, wait, what? They would put the camera right on Ashley Silva, making faces like, girl. And they did the same with her when Arena said, yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
And I think it's like, girl, what? But I also think it's because she has known Jamie longer than all of us have.
Right.
And she's like, I know what he meant.
Right.
I know what he said, but I also know what he meant. And I think that's what he said in live. He's like, that's not what I meant. She's like, what he meant to say is, I support her. I'm very supportive of her. I've always been supportive of her dream and her businesses. That sounds more supportive than I made you the woman you are today.
Right. Because where?
You did what now?
Because okay.
Because everybody was like,
right.
That don't sound right. It sounds very much like weird. And there's also now whispers of, is Jamie abusive? I am not Heavenly. I'm not going to do this. Y'all think he abusive? Girl, shut up.
Right.
Sidebar. Okay. You and I are content creators.
Yes.
We make the content. We do not make our friends our content.
Correct.
So we would not be sitting there answering no messy ass questions about our friends when we know their situation.
Right.
That was my issue. The thing about it is like, yeah, the way you're doing this, contestant, is going to give her a get out of jail free card of she going to get defensive. Because one, that is not what Jackie Christie. That's another one. That is not what Dr. Jackie did. Because Heavenly tried that shit talking about Curtis, and Jackie said, let me tell your ass one more, get Curtis's name out your motherfucking mouth. You gonna stop. And she stopped. It's like y'all give Heavenly too much rope, but she's more like, if you say to her, Heavenly, that's not cool.
It shows you who she respects on that cast and who she doesn't.
She respects Jackie. Because when Jackie said stop talking, she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling privately, Jackie has dug in this woman's ass.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell.
People have said that like they know the Jackie behind the scene. They said Jackie can cuss
Jackie don't
with
play
the best of them.
She do not play. Because when she kicked him off that video shoot, I was like,
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Like, So yeah, sidebar. That was a tangent on why I'm like, Heavenly, don't like, yeah, girl, I make content too, and I would never do that to my friends. That shit is not cute.
No,
it's not cute, and that's not cool.
Let's not do that.
And Funky told you that. He's like, I told her many times, I don't think you're gonna want to do this, and she made a choice. And I'm like, yeah, Funky would know about how falling out with a friend because you are expressing your opinion.
You're right.
Why didn't you listen to him? Why? Because you most notably fell out with Quad.
I was just about to say fell out with Quad a couple of times.
Because it was like, she was like, wait a minute, you my friend. Why would you be raking me over the coals? Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Girl. Now Paige and Dr. Delusional. But it's like, the thing about it is like, it's weird to say, in his way, Jamie is very supportive of Arena. Because when he said, I paid off all her debt, it was like, well, sir, I hear you where you said you paid off her debt. When you get married, it becomes y'all debt. So it actually kind of helps you not for her to be in debt. Because you inherit each other's debt. Okay.
Ain't no more me.
Ain't no me. You are like, you filing jointly. Unless you filing single, you're not. You're filing together. And it's like, I think he is a little bit older than her. So it's kind of like, she also was a mother at a very young age. She had her first kid at 15. So it's kind of like she had to really grow up when she really wasn't growing up. And then a few years later, she met Jamie. So to her, he probably is like her hero. She had I think her father was actually abusive, allegedly, I think. So I think it's kind of like and she understands Jamie in a way that we don't. And this is not me trying to give Jamie some grace and get him off. I'm like, no, because he would never talk to me that way. Because one, I think like her daughter be trying to dig in his ass, and he'll never listen. And I'm like, yeah, she would know, because that's not her daddy, but that is the man who raised her. So there's that weird in between place.
Yeah.
So
if I'm not mistaken, didn't Raina say that her father went to jail too at a really young age?
Yeah.
Was it her? I think so.
I think that was
away
her.
for a long.
Because it's because of little Jamie. Because I think she did. Because I think that she mentioned it. And then apparently Jamie was a narcotics officer, and I'm like, that's what it is. That's why you're like this. Why is he giving us Ben Tutuola?
Right.
Because I was like,
it's giving SVU. Yeah.
It's very SVU. I'm like, that's why I'm like, okay, so that makes sense. Because I didn't know what he did. And I'm like, he used to be a what?
Right.
Okay.
Tracks.
That's where that's coming
that tracks.
That very much tracks. And so it's kind of like, we're going to probably see a little bit more, but to Jamie's credit, Jamie reminds me of every Black uncle that we all have in our family. That one uncle, that he don't always say things correctly. However, he's that uncle that you call and he will be like, I got you.
He's that uncle that when you show up to the barbecue with a new friend or something, you got to tell him like, okay, like chill.
Who this?
Chill. Right.
Oh, Kendrick, what you do? What your family do? Be like, he just got here. Nah. He can't just be coming up here. You know how to play spades?
Right.
You be like asking all these questions. You like, I just, can I get some baked beans first? A hot dog? Nothing?
Right. Is it ground beef and a baked bean? Okay, I don't want them.
No, I don't want them. No, I'm good. Excuse me.
Right.
How much sugar did you put in this spaghetti?
Hello.
Did you put a teaspoon and did you put a half cup? Half a cup? No. I don't need this because hi y'all. Sugar does go in spaghetti because it cuts the acidity. Everybody says sugar. I'm like, it literally is maybe 2 teaspoons.
Right. It ain't
at most. It's not that much. Because also if you put ketchup in there with your pasta sauce, that has sugar in it too. So you may not have to really put sugar in all. I'm not giving no game away. I'm no chef, but it's kind of like, like make pasta and spaghetti and not put at least a little bit, either some ketchup or sugar in it, and watch you be like, your chest will be burning for like 3 to 5 business days.
Yeah. And the way my acid reflux set up, I don't need
I'm mad. There's too many Black people with acid reflux. I'm like, why are y'all so against it? Are you kidding me?
Right.
GERD, acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn. Girl, what?
Right.
It's like, no, we can't do that.
Nah.
And now, winter, the main event. Let's do a rose and thorn with winter.
Okay.
What is your rose about winter on the show?
I like that even though she was here, was seemingly in a friend of capacity, she still managed to mix it up every single episode. Now, whether that was intentional because someone, she wanted to get her point across, or unintentional because someone threw her in some mess, she still never backed down when it got presented to her. So I like that for her. I like that for her.
I think that would be my rose is she knocked Monique a little bit off her tuffet. I kind of like her. Yes. I kind of like that I like the firecrackerness of winter. I like the shake up. I mean, it's inaugural season, so it's like, we ain't asking you to shake too much up. Right. She stood out. Kind of like, not Destiny in my mind, Wanda. And it was like, girl, because like Wanda is polarizing, winter is polarizing.
Facts.
And I was like, because now Destiny is main like Tiffany's main cast, Destiny's main cast. Wanda still is like considered friend of because she ain't in any of the photos. I mean, she get a confessional now, child, but so did Winter. But she not in the cast photo, so she is more polarizing in a Wanda way than it is a Destiny way because it was her calling them gutter Barbies for me, and I'm like,
yep.
And you try to explain that, it's like, not even maybe I shouldn't. I'm like, I said it while I was mad. Girl, you're gonna have to start saying I'm saying stuff to be shady and funny and cute.
Right.
I don't necessarily
own it.
She don't want to own it. Thorn for Winter. What is your thorn?
Thorn for Winter is gonna be that marriage, because I didn't like see something about her husband gave me the shakes. I don't know what it is, but him being there at all kind of made me seem like I feel like I know this man and I don't like this man. And so for her to like, I will be very adamant. I think that when she was at that like dinner early in the season and was telling them about herself, I think they did come for her. Like she was really just trying to put herself out there. They kind of came for her.
Yeah.
But now seeing all of this play out, it's like, okay.
I can see why they were kind of hazing you a little bit.
Yeah, you literally ignored like 37 BRFs. Like you ignored a lot of big red flags. Not
BR.
A lot of the BRFs were
37 BRFs. They're like, what? Yes. Bright red, big red flags.
Yes. She ignored a lot of them and still married the man.
And it don't help that she was married to a black man named Kevin. Hello. He sounds like a scammer. He also kind of looked like him.
I was about to say his last name's never mind. There we go.
It's not. Well, I mean, I don't know if her married name is Williams or her maiden name is Williams. Right. I know she ain't no relation. She might be. Child, I don't know.
I'm listen. She in the area. You might want to check.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You might want to check.
I might want to because I'm like, wait a minute, hold up.
Right. So, come on the podcast, cousin.
I mean, I'm just saying. Let me see if she come. Like, my last name is Williams. Your last name is Williams. Will you come on my podcast?
Right. Come on, cousin.
Excuse me. I want Kimmy on this podcast. I would love to sit down and talk to Kimmy. I'm like, Kimmy, don't bring Maurice. I'm saying, no, bring Maurice. So I'm like, I have questions for you, sir. I'm kidding. No, I don't. Maurice, I don't. Because I would ask you so many questions about Marceau, and he is your blood relative. And I'm like, I don't think I wouldn't expect you to. So, you know, I mean, yeah, because Wanda is too much chaotic energy. She cracked me up, and I'd be like, I cannot stand you, right?
Right. I could not. I think
like,
about it all the time.
I'm like, I cannot stand you because I'm gonna sit there and laugh. It's like
I cannot. I thought about it so many times. Should I reach out to Wanda? But I'm like, I can't.
She gonna say something, and I'm like, this should not be funny, but it's gonna be funny. Funny, haha, funny, haha, not funny, weird. It's gonna be funny, haha, if she's here. So my thorn for Winter is not realizing that you talk too much. Ma'am, you are married. You were, because I don't think your divorce is final yet, married to a scammer, and you want to protect that part of you, but had no problem talking about Ashley and Arena's husbands and trying to figure out why they were looking at you like, first of all, bitch, who are you?
Right.
And the way she explained, I mean, I will give it to her. I thought she was just venting to a friend too.
Yeah.
And as much as
but
you
that doesn't
like,
exist on reality TV,
unfortunately. It don't, not especially when y'all fucking filming.
Right.
Because I don't know what their reaction would have been if they, like, Monique hadn't said anything, and then it came to the reunion. It's like, so why the fuck are you talking about this? Because it cracked me up when Ashley brought out these cards that said aggressive Ashley. I said, bye.
Right.
Bye. Because I'm trying to think who called her aggressive. I think it was Winter who called her aggressive.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Monique, I think.
Girl. I'm like, Winter, you need better discernment because you're like, I'm this minister, I'm a relationship coach. I'm like, how are you not doing the checks and balances on your relationship with Monique Samuels?
Listen, that might be a thorn for me too, because it makes me a little unnerving. Like, I need to know what you do. Like, the title has changed a few times. Like, if you're a minister, cool, but if you're a relationship coach, you got to say, like, I need to know what you're doing, because the way you introducing yourself and then like what you saying you are now, like the math ain't mathing. Like, what we doing here?
You came into the show with half of your head shaved and wondering like, why y'all looking at me weird? We're just meeting you. And one, her hair was cute. I'm not even gonna say like, no, her hair was really cute actually, but it was kind of like, they're like, if you doing something that drastic, like shaving the other half of your head, something must have happened. I'm like, yep, it sounds like it did. Because one, that's my other thorn. She doesn't explain things as well as she thinks she is. Because her explanation of Kevin don't make a lick of sense to me. You married a man and you didn't know where he lived. You'd never lived with this man. You're never fucked in his bed in his mama's basement. Is that what you're telling me? It's like, wait.
Because listen,
like,
there are other options. You know, if you haven't been there, you didn't have to accept the proposal. It was like is that weird? Or
you didn't know where he lived? I'm like, why are you acting like that? Don't sound weird. I'm like, so you don't hear how weird that sounds.
Right.
We're the crazy ones. I'm the one taking crazy pills. Is that what you're saying to me?
It is.
I'm like, girl.
This is a really prickly rose we have now at this point.
Very prickly. Because it's like, but it's beautiful and ironically red.
There we go. There we go.
So apparently, and I'm trying to think if it was in the preview or the end, where there's this very interesting discussion between did David Silva, DJ Quick Silva, call her a bitch or say she was acting like a bitch, and we're doing semantics.
That was in the episode. Yeah,
and,
that was in the episode.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on this? Because I was like, did I miss that part? I'm like, wait, what the hell are y'all talking about?
He said it like super loud, but then he like immediately said, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, I think he directed it at her husband.
And her new boyfriend. Yeah. That's what I thought. Because I was like, wait a minute. Why did I thought she was I thought he was calling her boyfriend a bitch. Yeah. And they're like, oh, he called her a bitch. I'm like, wait, I thought he was talking about
he directed it somewhere else because he said it immediately after. Because Ashley was like patting him like, don't do that. He was like, no, I'm talking about, and then
you talking about him. I'm like, okay, because I think the way it came out, again, somebody not using the right words, because you so mad. And it's like, sir, I know you've read Shakespeare. Thou doth protesteth too much.
That part.
And I was like, I wish, because one, Jamie's like, you don't know nothing about me.
Right.
And it was like, it's a prickly thorn. This is the other thing with Winter. Winter, you are like, y'all are judging me on my life. No, they're judging what the fuck coming out of your mouth.
That.
It's like, no, we're talking about what you like. Girl, I don't know anything about you. You keep telling us stuff. And you're like, well, because y'all talking about my life. Like, no, you told us about your life. I said I've heard rumors about everybody. And you said, I know rumors about Quick. What rumors? I didn't call him a cheater. I just said I heard rumors that he was cheating. Tomato. The fuck are you talking about?
Semantics, yeah.
Girl, we are like, all y'all trying to play this semantics game because all y'all don't know how to use your words. And one of these people in red, it said that she's good at words. But I will say to, again, Rose, is that she owned is like, she kept saying, you are right. I didn't say that. You are right.
Right.
I did make it sound like that. You are right. So she actually owned that I wasn't very good with my words. So then look, more roses than thorns for Winter. But it's like, baby, you should understand. I'm gonna tap you on your lace front. Monique is not your friend.
No.
Because she downplayed that so quick. Because I think Winter did a live and said, I didn't realize she had said that. She's like, wait a minute. I was like, ooh. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, girl. Ooh. She's like, I mean, I've known her for 15 years, but I guess they're still getting to know each other, a la Cynthia and Kenya.
Right.
It was like, what?
Sure.
So we're gonna get the second part. So I guess we're gonna hear more about the whole Quick of it all, about what you heard, because Ashley is very direct.
Yep.
So if she's like, I don't Pizza Hut or Domino's the way I deliver it. I said, Ashley, you do have a way of you are very direct. I like bitches like this. I like a bitch like Ashley. She's like, I'm gonna hit you right between your eyes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this shit for you. I'm gonna say exactly what I heard. I'm gonna tell you this is how it sounds to me.
Right.
And it's like I kind of like that about her. I do. I kind of like that about her. However, Ashley, your tone is a little bit off if that bitch don't know you. She don't know you like that. So it did come up like, what the hell is she trying to say? And I will give Winter this. When Arena said, are you too cool? She was like, I was just asking. I'm like, but they had just had an argument. So I can see why she was like, wait a minute.
It makes sense.
Are we not cool?
Right.
I left and I thought we were cool.
Right.
I was like, no, I can kind of understand why Winter would think that, hey, is something I don't know.
Right.
And I think her trying to label Arena a flip-flopper is super interesting when you're sitting right next to Monique. Because that is your flip-flopper. Not Arena, because Arena don't really know you. And I feel like she's getting to know everybody there. So I was just like, no, I think she's just asking, are you okay? But you didn't see her asking Ashley if she was okay. Are you and Winter cool? No, she asked you because it was like, I'm trying to get to know you a little bit more. But Arena, the way she jumped up at Winter, I'm like, yeah, that's why they're like, oh, I don't think she's. I'm like, yeah, this is how I know she probably be cussing Jamie's ass clean out. With the way that she reacted to Winter. I'm like, oh no, she'd be cussing his ass out.
Right. It goes down.
I was like, no.
Nobody thinks otherwise.
Arena don't look like no wallflower.
Right.
But I think she's very old school because she's a little bit older. And it's like, I don't do this to my husband in public. I'm like, nope, I won't disrespect my husband. I'm like, I know male women over that act like this. And I've seen, and it's come across my path. And it's kind of like, I'm just like, this is not my circus. Right. And she sits center ring for 20 something years of this. I'm like, I'm not going to tell him like, oh, she needs to leave him. I'm like, I'm pretty sure her friends are probably, if they had put that in her ear, they didn't need no show. Yeah. So next week we're getting part 2. And it's going to be after the premiere. I think it's after I don't know if it's the Bell Collective I think is on a Friday.
Yeah, there's the Friday.
Yeah. So we're getting the Bell Collective back on Beyonce Day, July 29th. We get I can listen to the album all day, watch Bell Collective that night, then the next day watch second part of Love and Marriage DC. So it seems like we're getting more of Ashley v. Winter because we got a little piece, and I'm like, Winter, you should have just walked in there and said, Ashley, I am sorry. Right. And I feel like you trying to defend like this is what I meant. It's like, yeah, but it don't matter because this is what you said. And you also call them a gutter Barbie. And I don't know many a black woman like going to tell you that you're from the gutter. Because at first I thought she said ghetto Barbies. And it's like, oh, she said gutter. I feel like if she said ghetto, I think Ashley would have it would have been on site.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you call me?
Right.
Oh, I got a ghetto Barbie for your ass.
Right.
I'm saying. She look like she fight.
She do.
These are my kind of bitches. I'm like, the thing about it is like, I give a lot to Monique, but I feel like Monique would be fun. Like if I go to a party in our house, I would not feel unwelcome unless I'm Robin Dixon. And then it's like, no, I'm not welcome. Right. Or Giselle, she'll throw me and my cape out.
Right.
But
probably
it's like,
the whole cast at this point.
Hello. I mean. It's like, no, I was like, I better be +1 of Kern or Ashley in her forehead. I better be one of theirs. Okay.
Right.
But it's like Arena, I think like I will feel welcome in Arena's house because Arena's like, hey girl, you okay? It's like all of them seem like they could be very welcoming. So it's kind of like I like this mix. They're good energy as a group. I just wouldn't go too deep with many of them. Probably Ashley and Arena.
Yeah.
And hoping DJ Quicksilver don't talk about me on his morning show.
Oh. And then we got to report to look to because we haven't even touched Winter's marriage yet. So
hello,
you didn't come in and apologize. We're gonna hear
more about Kevin.
Yeah,
because we're gonna get more. It's gonna be like Ashley and David versus Winter we're probably not going to see. And the thing about it is like we really only got little pieces of Monique. I don't know. We're probably maybe we might get a little bit more of Monique versus Winter because we got some of that here, but we might get a little bit more. But I feel like it's going to be Winter versus Cast in the second part.
Oh yeah,
with the lion's share of being the Silvers. Because that's what I feel like it's gearing up towards. Because that's the narrative of Winter just bristled everybody on the cast. Because technically she did, except for seemingly Chris Samuels.
Right.
I was like, except for Chris, which is weird. And it's like, it seemed like he bristled
he
her
was the
more.
One that invited, he was the one that invited her husband. So maybe
so it's kind of like, it seemed like he bristled her more because he invited Kevin. But it didn't seem like he really, but everybody else was like, yeah, I don't know about this Winter chick.
Right.
It's cold.
Right.
So we got another part to gear up for. But Kendrick, thank you. Y'all don't understand. If y'all are watching reality TV, if y'all are watching Bravo, OWN, All the Love and Hip Hop, VH1,
Love Island,
F-Boy Island. Can't wait for the other 2 episodes to drop tomorrow. Very, very excited. I think this is the end because it's been 3, 2, and 2. Yeah, I think. Well, is it next week? No, I think it's next week.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember because I'm like, 3. Girl, I can't remember. It's 10 episodes and I can't even figure out how I understand this. So it's like, it's fine. It's like, it's like 3, 3, 2, and 2. So 2 tomorrow, and then 2 next week, and the finale is next week for F-Boy Island.
Okay. So I can spend my work week watching that next week. Okay.
It's so good. I'm like, HBO Max, y'all are doing good. Oh, and also House of Ho is coming back in August. They did a very soft trailer that nobody has seen. Someone said, House of Ho is coming back. Bitch, what? What do you mean? In August, the best month of the year?
Right. Didn't know any of this.
I was like, because I was wondering, because Bling Empire came back, and it wasn't. I'm like, don't do my Asian cousins like that.
Right.
Tell me if season 3 in Bling Empire we're getting fucking Louis Tan on this show. I'm like, is that fucking Louis?
Yep.
I'm like, Sean. I was about to text Shantae. Shantae, I'm attacked. I feel attacked. I'm like, I feel attacked. Why the fuck is Louis Tan on my screen?
Right.
Y'all know how I feel about this man. It's bad that Selling Still had Simu Liu. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he don't need to be on the show. Get him away from Chriselle, because girl, no. But before I get out of here, please tell everybody where they can find your amazing Instagram that everybody, if you love reality TV, you should be following him and the show.
Of course, you can find me everywhere that you listen to Stephanie, Apple, Google, Spotify, all of the places. Reality
except for SoundCloud, that's for DJs.
Yeah, I was on there for like 2 weeks, and I was like, you know what? Too much. I'm good. Much. Yeah, got right off of there. So yeah, anywhere but there. Instagram, same name, Reality Comics 2. That's TOO. Follow me on there. I love the follows. DM me. I try to get them as often as possible, and follow me for the stories because we go ridiculous in the stories. He does
the polls in the stories. We trying to get Kendrick on Twitter, because can you imagine if Kendrick was live tweeting these episodes, child? They'd be like, I can't breathe. Why? Oh, Lord, wait a minute, hold up. The show coming on. Kendrick, you tweeting it? All right, y'all, we live tweeting what we think.
I might join. I might, yeah. I think
because the thing about this is, like, mind you, I tweet, but it's also like I only live tweet certain things, like the boat show or certain housewives, or the basketball wives.
Yeah,
them ladies, they need Jesus.
They showed out this week, so yeah.
Or them witches.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I bind you, Nancy. No.
Yeah.
They about to bind Jackie.
Yeah,
I bind you, Jackie Christie. It's like, oh,
Brandy got out of there.
Joshua's Tree is not like a slouchy place, and I know that shit is expensive. And okay. You girl, but Jackie, this is partly your fault. You didn't tell them what you were doing.
Right.
Just tell them. Because they'd be like, okay, I'll come see you. We're going to stay at the Four Seasons. You probably would have been mad. But you'll get over it.
What you can't do is have me pulled away for thinking I'm about to go on a vacation as hard as I work. And
They
then
come in the Joshua tree, which is beautiful. If that's
but not
what you
for no
like.
Trailer. Right.
And not if I have a back problem.
Right.
Not my black Barbie doll. Get her the fuck on that. She got to go home and fuck Jelani. Get out of here.
Right.
Because he kind of fine.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
But y'all, I will be back next week to talk about part 2 of the reunion with the other half of my safe space, Taria, for what else is going on. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because
I know. I can't wait to hear that.
The fuck on up.
Yes.
I can't wait because we don't know anything else to do. I'm sorry.
Right.
We cut the fuck up. We as a couple, we gotta we gotta find a way to get us all back. I have a feeling it's gonna be because of either Atlanta or Married to Medicine. Because Lord have mercy. Yeah. Heavenly.
One of them.
Contessa's a yeller.
Yeah.
She's in good company. Simone's a yeller.
And now she got a storm wig too. So yeah, it's
and it was like that 10 is not going you, baby. And Contessa, I can see why you would like do this publicly because Heavenly did this publicly. I don't have to be private with your ass when you did this publicly.
Right.
No, I'm fine with you confronting her ass and showing it. But it's like, yeah, I'd have been pissed too if she was sitting there laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, she's embarrassed. You're embarrassed. She's projecting because Scott ain't shit.
Right.
A lot going on.
A whole lot.
But y'all, this has been a Mocha Minutes podcast. I will be back next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, when a difficult day goes by, keeping it together is hard, but that's why you've got to try. You've got to try. And when there's a thundering storm outside, underneath the covers you huddle and hide. Open your eyes, open your eyes. It's the truth, it's the truth, it's the true kind of love. It's the truth, it's the truth, it's the true kind of love.